Shalom, Michael. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And today I just want to get into a lesson on how we are in the time of great deliverance. And this is going to be a deliverance like no other, man. You know, uh, how we're going to escape, this destruction is going to be like no other, man. And just to build up to it, the Lord delivering us out of really, um, it starts by the way of us getting His word. That's the first step of being delivered, getting His truth. And then when all hell breaks loose, the Lord preserve us, from the said perils. And in that's going to be a marvelous work. It's not like you got the Lord give you the spirit of having to get real good with the chopper. No, man. It's going to be divine intervention all the way up to the climax of when the destruction comes by the way of World War III, man. And that's going to take place the world ignorantly called UFOs, which are the chariots, man. And this deliverance is going to far away what took place in Egypt. And it's all in effort to glorify the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. So matter of fact, let's start off with this in the book of St. John, the 12th chapter. St. John 12 and verse 28. It says, Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven, saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again. See? So how did the Lord glorify his name the first time? It tells you that in the book of Joshua the 9 and 9, how the Lord got his fame from what he have done to Egypt by the way of the plagues that he sent forth, and how the nation of Israel was delivered, and escaped from the Egyptians. Because it wasn't like once we got out the land, we were scot-free, man. The Lord set up dramatic to where it was time. The Lord gave time for the Egyptians to catch up with us. The Lord set up with a chariot got between both of the camps, from the camp of the Israelites and the camps of the Egyptians. And, it was a very dramatic deliverance, man. But it was all an effort for the name of the Lord to be glorified. So how much more in this lifetime, where unbelief is at its height, uh, uh, wickedness, like I said, this man, Esau, his technology, all this going to play a part for the psyche of the people, man. And this is gonna be a very traumatizing, spectacular, time, man. Which we in the beginning stages of all the way to the climax, man. But the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is once again gonna glorify his name, man. And it's gonna far away Egypt. Because at the end of the day, people are, you have people to acknowledge what happened to Egypt. But they always forget who did it to Egypt. But not in this lifetime. They gonna know Yahweh Shema Shai did this. The power of heavens and earth, the God of the Bible. So this is the book of Jeremiah 16 and 14. It reads, Therefore, behold, the days come. See? And we are in those days. We are in this scene of the movie Jeremiah was seeing, man. Was talking about. This is that scene, the climax. It says, Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. And like I said, we seeing that playing out now to a certain extent. I said people don't acknowledge who did it to Egypt, We know who did it to Egypt, but just a common person of today don't acknowledge Yahweh Shema Shah and what he have done to Egypt. They just say, yeah, Egypt suffered plagues. But they forgot who sent those death threats and carried them out. You know? It says, but the Lord liveth, see? So that lets you know that was gonna be about Yahweh Shema Shah once again being acknowledged throughout the planet Earth, man. Why you think it's a flood story with every nation? You know? Lord made it known, man. So how much more in the time to come with this? And it's not like this destruction gonna be a snap of a finger. It's gonna be a build up to it. They said all hell breaking loose. It's gonna be a time like no other. And the icing on the cake, World War III, destruction, man. But that also entails deliverance. That's the balance of Yahweh Shema Shah. That is going to be a great destruction, but also a great deliverance. Same thing with Egypt. Those was horrific plagues, you know, that you really couldn't bounce back from. That's why after the Lord got through Egypt, Egypt wasn't relevant after that. Egypt, even though Egypt was still used throughout the scripture, but it was used as a pretty much for the most part, like to represent bondage, you know. But Egypt was pretty much irrelevant to a certain extent. They wasn't a superpower to say they didn't have influence as they once did after the Lord got through with them. So how much more in this lifetime? You know, the so-called white man, it tells you the Lord, he's gonna have no son or nephew. This nigga's not gonna bounce back from what the Lord's gonna do to him. He's gonna throw the kitchen sink at this place, man. You know? That's why it says, but the Lord liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. And that brought up, that's gonna be literal, man. That's actually gonna that actually is gonna be literal. The Lord actually gonna bring us up, call us up into the chariots, man. See, this is why this is gonna be a marvelous work. This is gonna be a time you ain't gonna have no choice but to talk about this. Just like in the time of Egypt, when you get reports back, damn, this happened, that happened, back to back, and the Israelites was not affected by it. And also, the icing on the cake, you hear about the firstborn of the Egyptians dying. You thought that was it. Then you get another report. The waters crashed on Pharaoh and his army. They ain't nowhere to be found. How much more in this lifetime, man? And the Israelites got away scot-free. Not a scratch on them. How much more in this lifetime, man? You know? But that brought up is going to be literal, man. From the land of North America. It says, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. See, so this is going to be a worldwide event, man. You know? And it was all a build up. You know, us going to these different captivities. It was ultimately for us to end up here in Babylon. Matter of fact, let's get that. Micah, the 4th chapter, Micah 4 and 10. It says, be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. See? So that's what our history is riddled with, captivity. That's all our people know. Even in this lifetime, you can just ask a regular old Jake that don't have the truth. He could be a dropout or have no education at all. One thing our people know about, and I'm talking about the so-called Negro, Latino, and natives, we know about slavery, man. We know about being oppressed. You probably don't know what 10 times 10 is, but you know about a yoke of iron. You know, you know you don't know how to spell to a certain extent, or do this or do that to so-called educational, you know, view. But you know about captivity. You know that our people was oppressed and still is. You know, and that's why but it's an end to all this, man. That's why uh, this is gonna be one hell of a deliverance. It's not like the Lord just gonna put a band-aid. No, the Lord's gonna heal us, man. Oh, that's why I tell you, He's gonna come with healing in His wings, man. See, this is the climax. You know, this is what we've been waiting on. You know, and what a deliverance is gonna be, man. You know, but it says, "For thou shalt go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field." See, so we was cast uh, out of our land, and we have been scattered throughout the planet Earth. It says, "And thou shalt go even to Babylon." See, that lets you know that was the last stop. Babylon. Babylon the Great here in America. This is the last stop, man. You know, it said, "Thou shalt go even to Babylon." It says, "There shalt thou be delivered." See? This is the place where this great deliverance is going to take place. I said, this is going to be a worldwide event, but America is the venue the Lord have chosen to show His power. Because America, the whole landmass, you know, Babylon the Great will be totally wiped off the map, man. But within that, there's going to be a great deliverance. Oh, it tells you the Lord's going to spread His wings over Basra, man. This is where Yahweh Shai going to come to, man. Yahweh Shai, Lord return, He's coming straight to Babylon, man. That's why I said, as lightning flash from the east to the west. This is where Yahweh Shai finna come, man. Here to Babylon. It said, "There shall thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thy enemies." See? But that's the build up. Out of all this time, you know, the last stop was gonna be here in Babylon, and this is where it was gonna be all over with, man. You know. And like I said, what a great deliverance is gonna be, because it's gonna be a great destruction, man. You know. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of St. Matthew 24. St. Matthew 24, and I started 29. It says, "Immediately after the tribulation," see, and it lets you know the destruction is gonna be a build up. So it's just like the deliverance, us getting truth, you know, and then you escaping the famine and the different plagues, Esau and some, you know what I mean. Now you end up levitating, and you hear the sound of sirens and shit, missiles coming. That's gonna be that's the process of deliverance, man. Same thing with this destruction. It's a build up to the destruction, man. Same thing with the deliverance, you know. But whenever this is like they said, the icing on the cake, the icing on the cake. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. See, meaning World War III is going to take place, and this is going to actually shake the powers of heaven. Meaning, it's pretty much shake this man out of his seat, man. The so-called white man. See, this is how this is the formula the Lord have chosen to overthrow the so-called white man by a series of plagues, and ultimately by the way of rain and fire upon him, man. You know, this is how this man is going to be overthrown. It says, "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven." See? "And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory." See? So the Lord, it tells you His glory covered the heavens. So that chariot, man, that fathership is gonna, like I said, it's gonna hover over America, and ain't no telling how big that chariot is gonna be, man. Could be bigger than America. It could be bigger, than the planet Earth, man. You know, but this is all going to take place at this is the climax when the destruction comes. but also that deliverance is going to take place because that's the vehicle of our salvation, no clouds, which are the chariots. It said, and he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. See? So that's what's going to take place, man. This great deliverance. Oh, just like it was it tells you the righteous are going to be scarcely saved, man. We're going to be saved by the skin of our teeth, man. It's not just going to be, like I said, those different said parables all the way up to the plague. When you read it in the book of Zechariah, I believe that's the 14th chapter. The plague is concerning those missiles, man. The Lord gonna have us to escape those things. So, what you don't think we're gonna talk about this forever? You don't think this is gonna be mentioned and you're gonna know about Yahweh outside in, man? Especially the ones that these other nations that are left on the earth, they're gonna be traumatized, man. Of what they have seen. By the way of America's destruction being televised, the whole planet Earth shaking. You seeing the elect of the nation of Israel getting beamed up into so-called UFOs. That's something that you ain't gonna forget, and that's something that you ain't gonna be able to just keep your mouth closed on, and you gonna bite your tongue about what happened the other day. Like the next day, you just gonna act like ain't nothing happened. No, man. There's gonna be one great deliverance, man. So matter of fact, let's get some then Revelations 11 and bear with me. Is it Revelation 11? Yep, Revelation 11 and verse 11. It says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. See, and that's you see that's the beginning stages of the deliverance and the destruction, man. Because us having this truth, it tells it in the book of Jeremiah, the first chapter. The Lord giving us this word to tear down, to throw down, to destroy, but also to build and to plant. So as the nation of Israel is being raised up, the so-called white man, these other heathen, are being debased, abased, Salakia. It says, but it ultimately it manifests by the way of us speaking upon these plagues, and it's happening, and us being delivered from these things is going to happen. All the way to the climax. Continue on. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up in a cloud. So and they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. See? And the same hour was there a great earthquake. See, so that deliverance and that destruction gonna be simultaneous. And that same time while we're being called up, the missiles gonna be called down. They're gonna be called. They're gonna be coming down. Or it tells you that his sword shall be bathed in heaven. They're gonna come down upon Idumea. So Lord gonna call up the elect, while the missiles gonna be coming down upon America, as well as other parts of the earth, such as Israel and certain parts of Russia, China, but especially here in America, man, Babylon the Great. It says, in the 10th part of the city fell. See, talking about America because it's broken up in 10 parts. Those 10 FEMA zones. In the earthquake was slain of men 7,000, complete number of men. It said, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. See, because that's gonna be one, and that's, hey man, that's gonna be one hell of a deliverance, man. You got new bodies and all, but you still got that emotional fear. That's how powerful that day gonna be, man. It says the second war passed, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. See, because that's when it's gonna take place, when the third woe comes, which is that third world's war. You know, but it's gonna be all in effort for Yahweh Shema to once again glorify His name throughout the planet Earth, man, and to deliver His elect. See, this is the end all be all for this, man. You know, the kingdom coming after this, man. And this is going. I say this deliverance is going to far away Egypt. It's gonna be It's gonna be like Look, we're gonna pass. Matter of fact, let's just get this real quick. Book of Wisdom, Solomon 19, and yeah, Wisdom Solomon 19, and I start at 4. The point of verse 5. It says, "For the destiny, well, they were worthy." See, and that was talking about the Egyptians, but this once again gonna play out in this lifetime concerning the so-called white man. See, this man he's gonna earn his judgment, man. See, when you read Obadiah, you know, and those different prophetic scriptures concerning, you know, the destruction of Edom, the so-called white man, it's not like he didn't do nothing to deserve it. You know, this nigga did everything. Oh, it tells you they that plow iniquity, sow wickedness, reap the same. So this man got to live up to Obadiah the 18th verse. He got to do things to actually for that to even play out. Just like a nigga get 10 years not for stealing the candy bar, but having a pistol with no serial number on it, man. So how much more with Yahweh Shema Shai judging the so-called white man for all the atrocities he have done upon the planet Earth? Just like how those Egyptians did us, man. You know, and it tells you the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. Why? So he can get his honor upon him, man. You know? So it says, for the destiny world they were worthy, drew them unto this end, and made them forget all the things that they had already happened. See, all those plagues, Pharaoh taking L's here and now, his economy fucked up now. You know, he ain't got no, you know what I mean, no firstborn. You know, nobody to inherit the throne. And a plethora of other things to damage that kingdom. Like I said, after the Lord got through with that place, Egypt was not a superpower. They wasn't irrelevant. They didn't have that influence as they once did once the Lord got through with them, man. But the Lord hardened his heart. And this nigga forgot everything. After this nigga gave us the gold, told us to get the just go. He Lord put the spirit on and said, hold up, man, let's get these. You know what I mean? Out of everything that just took place, you said, nah, let's. And that's what's going to happen with the so-called white man. You know, out of all these things, he know about the previous works of the Lord. He know about Psalms 105:15, which that's a commandment to these other heathens. Don't touch his anointed. Don't do his prophets no harm. These other nations know about that. And they understand the results of trying to do that. This man's going to forget that. So he continue on to say that they might fulfill the punishment which was wanting to their torment. See? You got to fulfill what's written. It says, and that thy people might pass a wonderful way, but they might find a strange death. See? And we did pass a wonderful way, just going back to those waters split. Ain't no telling how tall those waters was, man. Hey man, that was a marvelous way work, man. Until we were gonna pass a wonderful way, we actually was walking through those, you know, on dry ground. You know what I mean? And it was dramatic. The Egyptians, this Pharaoh and his host, you hear the chariots and shit. But ultimately, once we got on the other side, once we was in a, across that other side, the Lord crashed those waters upon uh, Pharaoh and his army, man. Saying how the Lord's gonna beam us up in those chariots, and He's gonna crash them bring forth them missiles, man, and drown America with fire, man. You know, but this is what's going to take place in this lifetime, this great deliverance. So yeah, Akim, I just hope to edify. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostle elders, great millstone. Shalom to the elect that teach word and all true faith and sincerity. DTA, a Bible ball. Soon, very soon.